Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're joining us from in the world. I'm RJ Horner, and I'm the host of Open Up. Welcome to our live talk show. I'm also the vice president of Voice of Men 360. And Voice of Men 360 is a not for profit organization founded in 2020 based in Toronto, Canada. We're, born out of seeing a tremendous need in stepping up to provide services to help support our men overcome their life challenges. We're part of International Men's Day, and International Men's Day has been serving for over 21 years so far, with nine and is now represented in 90 countries around the world who join together doing various activities. International Men's Day also follows 6 pillars, which represent the overall well-being of men and boys, and we follow in those same footsteps here with Voice of Men 360. So why is Open Up so important? Because men are not open with our hearts, and we're not willing to share our matters with people. And we keep these emotional challenges for any period of time. At some point, it can explode and cause ill health effects in many ways. That's why we want to create an open space and allow individuals to share their life journey through our platform. We aim to create awareness about life challenges and struggles and the overcomings that our men and boys have to go through in their lives. There are no limitations with gender, age, nationality, or ethnic groups. With sharing your life journey, all walks of life are invited to participate. Our goal is to make a positive impact on someone's life through this program. Open Up is Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and Sundays 10 a.m. Eastern Time, where we bring out an individual to show and let them share their life experiences with you. Before I introduce our special guest today, I'd like to remind you that Voice of Men 360's mission is always delivered with good faith towards peaceful harmony. The views and opinions expressed in today's episode of those of our speakers and do not necessarily represent Voice of Men 360. Our organization engages in discussion forums to offer inspiration and create awareness to the issues of men who wish to overcome their life challenges. We're not providing medical or therapeutic advice. Should you require that type of assistance, we recommend you contact a medical professional immediately. If you have questions or concerns about today's episode or for any Voice of Men 360 content, please email us info@voiceofmen360.org. Today, our guest is Ronnie Fisher. He's a real estate investment advisor first, and also a personal development and professional performance coach. Ronnie's approach is to remove all limiting beliefs, gain the confidence and knowledge required to achieve the success you desired. As a licensed mortgage agent and a real estate advisor, he provides access to exclusive investment opportunities and financial solutions. He's facilitated and instructed personal development workshops and real estate investment seminars across North America, spoken on several stages, been interviewed on TV, radio, podcasts, and published multiple articles for Success Profiles magazine. Please welcome Ronnie Fisher to Open Up. Thank you for joining us and being willing to share your life journey with us today.
Appreciate being here today, RJ. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate the introduction that you just form really means to the guests. And I think it's really important. And when I was asked to be a part of it, it was an instant yes for me, because I just know the importance of men opening up and having, the platform to share their vulnerabilities, to share their feelings. Some of us feel a little bit repressed and through stuff in life, and yet we hold some of this stuff inside of us. So I'm really excited to be here. I think the objective and the mission of this entire program is just awesome, that, men are passing the boys, and I've got girls and boys, but as a father and as a man, I just know the importance it takes to be a leader, and I'm just really honored to be selected to be here.
Well, thank you for being here and sharing this with us and with our audience. So a real estate agent, I mean, I can understand the passion for that, but also personal professional development. Where's the passion for that? Where did that come from?
I guess it would come from the childhood that lacked the inspiration, the childhood and challenges, and life is hard. And if you want to get somewhere, you got. And I think that the shift in my life really came from the desire to make a shift. I call it break the bad habits in life, and really make that shift. And I found it later, significantly later. I'm 41 years old now, and I discovered this probably in my mid-30s. I got into personal development. A couple books, specifically Think and Grow Rich, really changed my mind. That we're in control of our thoughts and how to attract and, really manifest what we're looking at in life and really designing the life that we choose. So I'm here to express, overcoming limiting beliefs and some of the challenges in life, and that it's possible. Started from kind of diving into some of the philosophies and principles of success that really did it on this mission. I was consistent, I was persistent and determined to get there, kind of thing. But I had the old habits and limiting beliefs that I had.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned that old timeless classic, the one that everybody seems to turn to almost like a Bible, and that it's inspiration for many, Think and Grow Rich. What were your experiences at the time? What led you to find that book, if I can ask?
Yeah, absolutely. So I kind of discovered investing at the exact same time I had discovered the book Think and Grow Rich. There was was invited to out in San Diego, California. It's called The Secret Knock, and that introduced me to the book. Somebody from the stage just gave it the credibility that it has, and it's kind of the personal development books published in the 30s, and it's got a lot of history. It changed so here I am at this incredible event where I'm absorbing information and sort of ready to change in my own life. And here's a recommendation from somebody that I respect, and they said, read this book. I really took it in, and it was the first time I'm really hearing these mental shifts and fears and challenges and other adversities of life. And the new language absorbing was something that I was really attracted to. I had an appetite for, and I wanted to absorb this. I wanted to be a community, a tribe that were all like-minded individuals, because I was trying to break free from the community and the crowd and the upbringing that I had, and transition into a much better sort of this. And, that book has really done some wonders for me, I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm. So you talk about being in the crowd. Again, we're talking about youth. I mean, upbringing, how everybody experiences it is different, but were you in with the wrong crowd? Were you just, trying to expand your horizons? What were your reasons for your growth at the time?
Yeah, I guess single family income home, struggles, dysfunctional family. My father had some issues and kind of going through that. He was a great dad, great person, but he had his inner demon. And I think that some of those, things that I witnessed at a young age was what really to break the chains and shift gears, because statistically, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. To make some differences, and it was probably some of the struggles. Now, I wasn't necessarily in the wrong crowd, and feeling embarrassed to even have a crowd and to get out there. I kind of just stayed kind of, hiding, I guess you can say, in a way. And it's so people that know me now, that's something that is completely opposite of who I am today as well.
Yeah, you seem like an extrovert, 100%. I was
100% now.
Yeah, I was the same way. And so I can tell people that you can overcome that. Look, I was the wallflower hiding in the background, dancing against the wall at the club. Didn't truly want to be seen. But now, I mean, I'm in people's face. I talk to people. I introduce myself to people. I'm not a shy. So people can overcome that, right? They can go to a different place than they are now. And I think I want people to understand that. So how did you manage to do such a thing?
Certainly. I think it was really just having the to get somewhere different. I'm looking around and I'm witnessing the people that I was around, the influences that I had, whether it be circle of friends. And I knew I just needed to get out. Maybe it was the wrong community, but it was just I don't necessarily belong. This isn't where I should be. And I couldn't figure it was supposed to be. It was just that left with emptiness feeling of I'm not supposed to be here. How do I find what I'm looking for if you don't know what it really is, right? And that's kind of happiness, I guess you can say, of trying to find it and turning over rock. You've got all your grounds covered, but it's really the desire to finding your purpose.
Right. We all have a desire for purpose, whatever it is. The reason we have dissatisfaction or we're unhappy or we're not finding the life we truly desire is because we know there's more out there. We want more. We want to achieve that. We just can't grasp it, right? It's out of our reach. So we struggle with that. And how do we get past that? Do you have any advice on that? How do we get past that?
Well, I think that if you're in the pursuit of it, then you're back. I think that some people kind of get complacent, mediocre, and live these lifestyles. That's the road that you have to go through. So step one would just be identifying that you want the change. Steps towards it, finding your passion, really understanding what that is. What you're good at, your talents are, whether it be the association, the community of people that you need to pursue and attract perhaps as well, right? Like I needed to find the to lift me up, fulfill me, and believe in me. So I was around my life that, hey, you don't have the education, you don't have this background, you don't have the resources. Those were out there, they're available. And the philosophy of, success is these things. It's not a lack of resources, it's a lack of resourcefulness. So I made the shift, getting resourceful and recognizing that this is what you need to do. And if you don't know exactly, find a coach, find a guidance, find a mentor, a GPS, but you need to set that destination and then in order to get there.
Right. Absolutely. We all need inspiration from somebody or somewhere. Hopefully we can find it within us. But usually that inspiration comes when you hit rock bottom, right? Then we go, oh my God, I have to do something. But if you reach out to somebody, you find a mentor, find a coach, somebody who's doing what you want to do, living the life you want to live, and talk to them and they can help guide you in your life. I think that's how it worked for you. And now you're helping to share that with other people as well, right?
I've discovered that my story and it's contagious. Other people are looking for it. Other people want it. And now I'm able to utilize and training and helping other people sort of cross the bridge in life from a financial standpoint. Of what we talk about really has to do with personal development and overcoming their own fear challenges. It's holding people back from getting to really where they want to be. So it's identifying what's your why, that sort of burning desire that you may have inside, and what's it are you? How disciplined are you to achieve your goals? So I love, because you're talking about resourcefulness, you're talking about discipline. Another one I like to talk about is initiative. With those three things, you can accomplish your dreams because you're doing it yourself. You're taking action, right? We need as individuals. Yeah, sorry, go ahead. No, after you, please.
I just think as we as individuals need to take that step. We need to put it, not necessarily the onus, but I mean, if we're going to have a good life, who else is going to put that life out there but us?
Yeah. I definitely believe in, owning men in this community, and we need to own it. We got to stop lying to ourselves, stop telling us that there's somebody else telling you that there's a solution, or if you just wait it out. No, you need to make it happen. You need to force it. In fact, you need to be persistent and have that sort of dedicated shifts in life. It's possible for everybody. I don't care where you're coming from or what you've been through. We all have stories, but there is a silver lining to it. And now I get to use these stories to encourage other people to overcome their problems, their challenges, their adversities. It's something that I think we'll always need to be able to pass that torch. I've got 2 young boys, and teaching skills now and to be leaders in their own communities and in their grade school type of thing, right? It's never to program the right way instead of reprogramming them once it's too late. In my case, it was in my early 30s, mid 30s that I started discovering this stuff. But if we can instill this at a very early age, we're preventing the problem from happening in the first place.
Absolutely. Again, myself, it was my late 30s. We all have a story. Everybody loves a story. With your experience, could you tell me, maybe 1 or 2 incidents where somebody struggled and how they overcame that struggle? Whether that's you or somebody else. Whether that's yours experience or somebody else's.
I think one of my own was just a lack of, if you don't have financial resources, you believe and you count yourself out that there's no. So I'm going to use that metaphor in a lot of areas where you just count yourself out, just not good enough. Many different of these excuses, right? But I think the lack of finance, I grew up in blue collar, work hard, 12 hours a day, that type of thing. And shifts was because of that sort of hard work and ethic background. Challenges financially were probably one of those things that I recognized right from the beginning of talking about cars or the price of gas or the price of food and looking at the menu. And so I think the biggest challenge gave me a lot of limiting beliefs was money. I didn't understand it. No financial literacy taught. And that's so important to instill on the kids today is financial literacy.
Absolutely. It's one of the skills we're missing. It's not dredged home enough. I'm still not skilled at it, and I still struggle with it. Um, trying to make strides every day. I like to say, listen, all the bills get paid. There's food on the table, clothes, roof over the head. We're doing good, but it'd be nice to, experience the good life just a little bit more, right? So we all struggle in some way with our money. But you're right. Money is a limiting belief, and we often count ourselves out because we don't have enough of that or anything else in life. There may be some knowledge that we're missing or some person that we're missing in our life, and we, automatically go, you know what? I can't do that. I'm not going to try that, or I'm not going to, so we cross that off before we even get to it.
I agree. We count ourselves out way too soon, and we don't believe in ourselves enough. And there's a lot you can do about that in order to make the change, the shifts. And like I said, community, finding that tribe, they're going to encourage you, finding that mentor, somebody that's going to show you the ropes type of. There's a lot of ways to overcome those adversities as well.
Mm-hmm. And I love that you help people become limiting beliefs. I was at a seminar one time that really helped people change their mindset. And my affirmation to empower myself with was, I am enough. Pure and simple. I am enough. And that took me a long way to feeling pride inside for myself, and took me, a long way to empowering themselves. So I think it's important, and you teach us, I'm sure, for people to embrace new beliefs that are going to give them a different sense of who they are.
Completely agree. Yeah, absolutely. When you encouragement, when you have that support group, we'll say, you're going to start. Confidence is going to lead to action, and action is going to lead to results. So this is what we can do to make these shifts, to change gears, and to put yourself in a mentally. Right?
Absolutely. Look, we, in this fast-paced society, especially, we are missing that connection, and we're not getting enough intimacy, whether that be our own or the connection with other people. What can we do to build a bridge there?
I think engagement. I think platform tuning in, in a way to bridge the gap between and talk to people and initiate these kind of movements and actions. And if you're looking to contribute, if you're looking to inspire, you want to help other people. I was talking to a really good friend of mine who just got into rehabilitation, and we were talking today about what our purposes are and what we're here for and the different ways to contribute. And, just sharing and comparing stories, we have similar, and we took completely different paths, yet we're both being fulfilled in our own unique type of.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Absolutely. So then, how do we, okay, we bridge the gap. We're trying to build that connection out there. So yeah, that's where I was going with this. Where do we, as a society, what can we do to help our boys and men to help take their next step, help grow their journey?
I think it's really paving the way for them, That's number one. That's what I try to do and instill in my boys and stuff. Initiating those sort of mature conversations.
Yes.
Is to become men. And I think it's never too early. I mean, mine are 7 and 8 years old. Conversation level I have with them about what's going on in the world and what they're experiencing at school, whether it be from sports or things like that, and playing against the bigger kids or being both. Like, kids are dealing with a lot these days. And if we're not engaging with them and listening, comfortable and safe to bring it to us as their leaders, as their men in the community, We need to be giving them that space. We need to be giving them that comfort and safe feeling of that they can share this and they know the differences about what's right and the different type of experiences that they're going to have even at a young age.
Absolutely. Great answer. Thank you for that. I love that you related it to your own experiences with your kids. And we'll get back to that because it was a question I missed in our interview, but we'll get back to that because the next question I like to lead into this is what can our young men and boys do for themselves to help empower their lives?
Oh, good question. I wish I knew the answer when I was, and now that I'm looking at it, what can they do for themselves? I think we said it. It's coach. Respect your elders in a way. It's cliche that now I'm one of those elders trying to pass that. If you're looking to help yourself, even at a young age, it's being able and open up and engage. It's the same thing. I think it's vice versa. I don't know if it's before the egg, whether it's us men that have to contribute to the kids or the kids are going to find ways and objectives that they can implement for themselves. Let's face it. I mean, when you don't have the strategies, you don't have the skill sets. So I'm not too sure what they can do for themselves. I think it's up to us in the community and the leaders to be encouraging them, to be nudging them, to give them a little push.
I love that answer. And I think the answer is to actually meet them in between. We as the mentors, the teachers, the inspiration, have to be looking for them, especially as they're seeking that initiative or, because we don't want them to find that wrong path. We want them to find the right, the ideal path for them. So trying to align and being aware and open, like you say, to these people who are searching for them. I love that. Thank you very much. And then, so the question we deal with is we talk about the father-son relationship, and you mention your kids a lot, but let's talk about your father for a minute, who you mentioned at the top of the show. How is that relationship, if you wouldn't mind?
Yeah, sadly, it's been about 6 years. My dad's MIA, and I'm 41 years old. I get choked up about it. His life decided to take a little bit more of a spiral as he got older. The memories that I have of him, he was a great dad. It's just, he struggled with his own challenges in life, and he went down the wrong path. Therefore, that's why I think I was so hungry for it. I didn't have it coming from my father. I didn't have that inspiration that, so yeah, unfortunately, it's a little bit difficult right now, and I wish he was part of their lives type of thing. And it's challenging, guys. We're, as men, we're still boys inside sometimes. And sometimes our vulnerabilities, wish I had my dad.
Of course. Absolutely. My dad was gone from me from an early age as well. Again, not in my life, but estranged father, you know what I mean? Get to see him once or twice a year, that sort of thing, until he died when I was in my young 20s. So again, same kind of thing where we miss our fathers. They're not in our lives. And for whatever reason, they may have been removed. We need that connection, I think. And so it's a blessing that you didn't pass on that to your family. You found a way to make it work and make it, ideal. And it sounds like you have at least a decent home. Tell us a little bit about that, if you could.
Well, life is pretty good right now. Let me just say, I've got a newly blended family, 4 kids under the age of 10. Things are incredible. Business is thriving during a pandemic. I'm very fortunate. I've broken the chains. The results speak for themselves. Life is free time than I have to work. Choose what to do, and I get to follow my dreams and inspire other people. So these days, things have really turned around. And shifted in a very short amount of time. I made these shifts in a.
We still have you?
Yeah, I'm here. I saw the screen blanked out a bit, but I'm here.
Okay, sorry about that. We missed your last little connection there. What were you telling us there, if you wouldn't mind?
I just said.
Okay, sorry. We did have a blank out on the audio there. So again, you know what? You've talked about some family lives, and I love that you've made it a decent life for your families, despite what could be excuses or a reason for not living a better life, and you've certainly tried to make things better each passing day, it sounds like.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that's the goal. It's we do get to design life the way we always heard, but when I was at a young age, youth, adolescent, nobody showed you how. And it wasn't until like seminars and workshops and motivational speakers and all these people kind of talking about it. That's really what it was. It was people that were of like-minded, searching for more out of life. I was raised working class, and that was something that scared me, because that I'd have to keep working around the clock just to survive, just to pay the bills, just to get ahead, floating kind of thing. And you know, I was an employee, as was a site supervisor. Company, we built new homes, and I built hundreds of new homes here in Niagara Falls. Never, able to create any sort of passive income. I wasn't able to create anything. And that's something that really scared me, because if I wasn't able to work with my hands or work with my back and physically couldn't, really concerned about what the future of life really had for me. So here I am with all the conditioning and life, and you got to work hard, and if you want to get ahead, work even harder, roll up your side jobs and hustles like that. But it was these motivational speakers and what it takes to achieve, and thinking bigger and outside the box. And then you just needed to equip yourself with tools. And when I discovered real estate as a tool and how to use debt and leverage, then I effective, and it really opened up the gates of opportunity. It was the limiting belief of not having enough money prevented you from making money, because the expectation to make money. So if you don't have any, you believe that you're not going to get any further ahead, and we're trading our So one of the things that I'm talking to my kids about, and they get to witness the lifestyle that I have now, because he's working smarter. And we do got to take our health and our finances and into big consideration. These are the fundamentals of life. Happiness. There's a balance that's necessary in order to accomplish enough, or that you are enough. And I'm figuring out what that balance of life looks like. An entrepreneur at one point as well, with my own construction company, working around the clock. Now what I'm doing these days has showed the children that you don't have to go down the path that you either forced to go down or no other options. That no matter where you're at in life, you to shift gears at any point, any age, any circumstances, if you really. And I think that some people do, some people don't, and others watch and speculate while others go out there and achieve and succeed and wish they could have done something. So the encouragement that I have for people is that they take a stance for themselves and make things happen.
Absolutely. And I think we leave it at that, Ronnie. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for sharing your life journey with us today.
Hey, I appreciate it. RJ, thank you. This is a great platform. We need to communicate. Guys need to open up. I got choked a little bit about my story a little bit. And I just feel like I received something today from story. So I want to thank you for the opportunity, the platform. And I hope this message resonated with some of the audience today. And I'm sure it has. And men, stand up for each other. We'll fight this battle together.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. I appreciate your courage and willingness to come out and help other men by sharing your life struggles and challenges. Thank you so much. So in closing, for our announcements, again, as many of you know, our Indigenous communities are in a big crisis right now, and they need our help and support. Voice of Men 360 is stepping up, and we've started a donation drive for Indigenous families. If you have any items to donate, used clothing, dry goods, or any other items, please let us know. We're working to collect them. Please call us at 416-356-7414. Once again, that's 356-7414. Or at 437-889-8329. Again, that's 437-889-8329. Or email info@voiceofmen360.org. Contact us through Facebook Messenger, and we'll work to coordinate with you to collect those items. Voice of Men 360 is going to be hosting our first meet and greet this Saturday. Please come out and join us. Saturday, August 28th from 11 to 3 p.m. Earl Bales Park. We're excited to meet everybody. This is in North York in the Bathurst and Shepherd area. Once again, that's at Earl Bales Park from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. this Saturday, August 28th. Come out and join us, and even bring some used goods to donate at the same time. So we have a few live shows here. We just participated in Open Up, where we invite people to share their life journey. And this is on every Wednesday at 6 p.m. and Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Then we have Vili, a Tamil language live talk show that takes place on Sundays at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. We have a monthly webinar that takes place the first Saturday of every month, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We bring the expertise of organizations and discuss a particular topic with them. We have a special show we call The Unspoken Tears that takes place the second Saturday of every month from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. The focus of this program is the domestic violence against men, bullying, and male sexual abuse. We also co-host a show with the All Bengal Men's Forum called the South Asian Men Show, where guess what? The topic is issues faced by South Asian men. Each week, different countries from South Asia will participate. And then we tell all of our content into podcast episodes, so please look out for us on your favorite platform. And we host now some support groups for men. The first one is a men's only group, only for men by men. This takes place the third Tuesday of every month from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Through Zoom. Please register to join us. Then we also host an Indigenous peer-to-peer support group the fourth Friday of every month from 6 to 7. We call this one Pass the Talking Stick. The next one is this Friday, 6 p.m. Please, again, register through Zoom to join us. There's no limitations with gender, age, nationality, or ethnic groups. All walks of life are invited to participate in our shows. You want to be a guest on any of our shows or willing to be part of our organization and help us, whether directly or indirectly, please reach out to us. We're working with individuals, professionals, experts, government organizations, community organizations, NGOs, and more. Our phone number again is 437-889-8329. Email us info@voiceofmen360.org, which makes our website www.voiceofmen360.org. Or you can also reach us at voiceofmen360.com or voiceofmen360.ca. You can also find us on all social media platforms: Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Also, please find us on Facebook groups, facebook.com/groups/voiceofmen360. We want to reach out and help more people and continue the support that we provide. Please reach out to us and please continue your support. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, I'm Vice President of Voice of Men 360, RJ Horner, asking you to open up.